Well, now we've got Mr. Chijike Okoli, SAN, President of League of Anambra Professionals, in the studio here with us this morning. Well, again, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Well,
thank you for having me.
Listening to him there, what he says, well, their message was succinct, they were distinctive, but then it wasn't all about the message, was it? There were a combination of factors in that elections. I mean, the League of Anambra Professionals were also there. You were interested in the process to ensure that things went on well. What do you think of the outcome and the process now?
The process, I mean, perfection is only in heaven, but I can tell you, since this coming democratic dispensation, personally and subsequently under the platform of League of Anambra Professionals, we've engaged. So with that experience, I can tell you that the process of this particular election was above average.
Could it have been better?
Oh, yes, it could have been better. But you see, all management practitioners will tell you, you can hardly be be a lot more efficient than the general system in which you operate. I mean, you're talking about card readers, you have electricity, INEC has no control over electricity. I mean, we're talking about digital, there's a whole lot of factors. But taking all those things into consideration and from where we're coming, I can tell you that the election was well above average. And I say that from the position of a non-partisan, because months before the election, the League of Anambra Professionals, as we've been doing, engaged with the stakeholders, had a meeting with the resident electoral commissioner. We had a team. We engaged them, went to meet the police. And after that, we had a press conference. Then, this was about 6 days before the election, and then we also had a press conference on Thursday. But a week before the election, many of us, I spent 8 days in Anambra State. I spoke with you on the phone. I was in Anambra. So the whole idea, what I was saying is that we tell the people, especially given the propaganda that people should not go and vote. So our work was, to some extent, cut out for us. Make sure you go and vote. It is in your own interest. So we did that. But as we were saying that, we were also telling people that we've spoken with INEC. And I can tell you, I think Dr. Oji, the resident electoral commissioner, I spoke with him, I mean, with the lab delegation, way before the election, and it was palpable, their passion to deliver an election that will be, proud of. And then we went and spoke with the police commissioner and the hierarchy. On that day, the DIG operations came in, and we all met, took photographs, and then we've been engaging. You see, so the critical thing is that the managers of the election, critically INEC, and the police, we put them on their toes, that our interest is to allow the will of Anambra people to prevail.
But what does, comments coming through from the PDP candidates, does that impugn the process, integrity of the process for you?
Well, Oselo Kobaze is a gentleman. I mean, a purebred, but that in the fray, he may have some facts that may have been given to him by his own agent, but speaking from the position of a non-partisan, who are there, because people are asking, why are you spending so much energy leaving your office? Oh, Oga, who do you want us to vote? We said, just go and vote. If it is Willie we believe is working and you should vote for him, fine, go and vote for him. If it is Tony Moye, vote for him. If it is Useloka Henry Obaze, vote for him. If it is Ezemo, vote for him, but don't stay at home. You have enough time to eat your offense salad and drink your, the propaganda said that will be offense salad eating day. That we should sit at home and eat offense salad. We say, no, you'll be shooting yourself. So
we're happy with that, though, because it seems to be that the people who turned out to vote didn't meet that expectation of the number of accredited. I mean, that would be the number of those with the voter's card.
No. You see, historically, if you look at least, I can't tell you the exact numbers, but at least what I know for sure is that the governor, Willie Obiano, posed substantially more votes in this election than the election that brought him in. He scored about 180,000 plus. That was so if you just oppose it with what's happening now, you can't really say that the propaganda that people should stay at home had any influence on what had happened if we take a historical view of the turnout in the elections. And I can even tell you that Pt.1's re-election, I don't have the numbers offered, the number was much even smaller. So the issue about the people not turning out is not peculiar to this election.
So the call by IPOB that people should stay at home didn't take any effect after all?
No. I can tell you that. I mean, without meaning to brag or to boast, I mean, we of the lab were working on the ground and saying, this is the state we have. Everybody can congest in Lagos. You see, I've made the point that the so-called elites should be interested in what is happening in other places. When my brother Silk, for example, Rotimi Akeredolu was running for governorship, I went out of my way canvassing for vote for him. Somebody said, are you from that place? I said, no. we need to decentralize our lives. So because I said the gentleman was president of the NBA when I had the privilege of the leading the bar in Lagos as the chairman, and I knew him firsthand. He's a very honest, passionate person. And I told my friends from Ondo State, you'll be blessed if you have this man.
But are those the kind of qualities that people really ask for, talking about politics in Nigeria now? Because people will want to look at who has that big money stashed, or will they be looking at first, say, integrity? What integrity does this person have? What kind of character does he have? What has he been able to achieve in the past? Do those things really come to play when it comes to politics?
No, it's a whole mix. It's a whole mix. Of course, you can have a whole lot of the good qualities if you do not have resources to do. I mean, these are facts of life. I mean, for all that the governor, Willie Obiano, was bringing to the table, I can tell you for free, he had a very, extremely well-resourced, if I would say so, the best resourced campaign. Yes. So, you can have the message, but you also would create a platform to propagate them. This is where maybe the resources come in.
So money politics has come to stay in this country?
Oh yes, I mean these are even in the United States of America that we talk about. That's the big donors to the parties. So you can't take it away. But what we're saying is, at the end of the day, give or take, that once we have the will of the people, we saw it, there's some vote buying. But the point is, if people decide to trade for their vote, it's entirely their own.
Okay, let's go
because,
to break.
For example, in the United States...
Just pardon me, we'll come back and let you talk more on that in just a moment. Join us again.